Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This case we're talking about sounds like a movie out of a horror novel, Lifetime movie, just filled with so much drama, disgustingness, pervness, murder. Like I'm talking about, it's nonstop. We're talking about a cop who killed his mistress. When I say mistress, we're talking about a young girl now, 23 years old, a girl he's been raping since she was 15. Now she's pregnant. Now she's murdered, and he's the #1 suspect. How insane. The title alone, I had this on my list for a while. The title alone, I was like, how am I going to get into this? I said, I don't even understand it. I was like, it sounds so crazy. But there's a lot of denying it. There's a lot of just weirdness. He said she was an adult when he was hooking up with her, and it's not adding up. It's disgusting. It's really sad for her. It's like, dude, I don't even know. Is it his baby? There's so many questions, so let's get into it. Cop murdered pregnant mistress, tried to make it look like suicide to stop her from revealing he raped her when she was 15. Insane. And these cops are not above the law. It's crazy how, what stuff like this happens, and it do happen, and that's really scary. She was only 15 at the time. I don't know what her situation was, but he's a cop. No, what he was like, I don't know. Let's just get into it. A federal grand jury on Wednesday indicted a now former Massachusetts police officer for allegedly killing his 23-year-old pregnant mistress, a woman he had been having sex with since she was 15 years old. Matthew Farwell, then an officer with the Stoughton Police Department, murdered Sandra Birchmore on February 1st, 2021 at her apartment in Canton, a suburb of Boston, said Josh Levy, acting as U.S. Attorney. Levy told reporters Wednesday at a press conference that Farwell wanted to silence the pregnant Birchmore from revealing the statutory rape that occurred when she was 15. Birchmore has survived years of grooming, statutory rape, and then sexual violence, all at the hands of Matthew Farwell. The walls began closing in on Farwell, now 38, when Birchmore began telling friends he had been abusive and about their years-long affair. Someone had also reportedly tipped off Stoughton police of Farwell's transgressions when Birchmore was underage. When it became clear to Mr. Farwell that he could no longer control Sandra, he allegedly silenced her permanently, said Levi. Now, that is so insane. This man, she was already telling people, she wanted help, obviously, but he was abusive to her. He was raping her. And the fact that I wonder why men who do this don't see nothing wrong with this. And these are the people that be in law. That's what's scary too. I want to know, was he married? Did he have kids? Because they're saying mistress, and normally you say that when you're married, or with all that, got a whole family. Now she was telling people that he was abusive to her. She's 23 at the time because it's 2021, so she was already saying that he was raping her. And it's smart. Tell people, because like they said, people will tip off the cops, and he thought he wasn't gonna get caught. Now I'm curious about how he killed her. They're gonna get into it, but this man tried to, as they do because they're older men, he was obviously trying to control her. That's what you do. He controlled her because older people control younger people. It's crazy. I really want to know what they, how they met. How did this happen? Where did he, because I feel like my theory is that he helped her in some home situation where he could see her every day, you know what I mean? So let's get into it, and I'm going to have more to say next time while we really get into this, y'all. According to the indictment, Birchmore began attending the Stoughton Police Explorers, a program for young people interested in law enforcement, in 2010 when she was 12. Farwell became an instructor for the program when she was hired in 2012. A friendly relationship turned illicit by the time she was 15, prosecutors said. He allegedly would sneak off duty to have sex with her. The relationship continued into Birchmore's adulthood. Ugh. Okay, so she wanted to be a cop, and that's where they met, the program, when she was 12, and he was working there. Ugh. And just think about this man preying on you, looking at you the whole time. That's so gross. And he's a perv. He's a child molester. He's a rapist. It's like, how do dudes, y'all, and I'm just saying, I'm gonna say men, because I'm not even gonna say dudes or men. I'm just saying how the people do this, because I did that podcast episode one time, I'll leave it in the description. We're talking about women, because they do that to kids, the teachers. So what is up with these adults? Let's just say this: these adults with these, it's like your role is to help these kids, and you're taking advantage of them. And he was sneaking off work, like off duty, to have sex with this child, this teenager. Oh my God! How was he not scared he was gonna get caught or nothing? Like, and the fact that this went on to adulthood, like this lasted a long time. I'm really surprised that they kept it going on. Well, he kept it going on because he was obviously, I feel like she was probably more scared. She was a teenager, and he probably threatened to kill her, and then you see what he did. He did kill her. So I'm saying that that's exactly what he did. It's like, that's insane, y'all. You really have to be careful, but it's hard to tell kids that because they don't know anything. He literally took advantage of her. Now, kids are really smart. Now, with sexual assault, like cases with younger kids, grooming, older adults, kids are the best at hiding secrets, and that's what's so sad, because it's like you never know what a child is going through. You wouldn't think, but children keep a lot of secrets. They can easily not tell people nothing, and I think that's actually an interesting thing from experience. It's really interesting how like kids can hide everything. They literally keep it to themselves, and they keep that darkness bottled up until they talk to somebody, or eventually they can't take it no more, or they might just forget about it, or it just pop up one day and you got to talk about it. It's crazy, but that stuff do happen. I feel like that's exactly what happened to her, because she didn't say anything all these years that was happening. And you have this grown man who knew he was in the wrong, who was a police officer, law enforcement, taking advantage of her, raping her, and is absolutely sick. Absolutely sick. Building off the years of grooming, Farwell later cultivated a controlling and sometimes abusive relationship with Birchmore. He tracked her location with his cell phone, and as voluminous text messages demonstrate, he engaged in sexual violence, prosecutors wrote in the pretrial detention. The violence included Farwell's fantasies of sexual assault and interest in minors, feds say. In one text message from 2020, he allegedly described how he wanted to pin her down during sex and asked her, "Will you say, Matt, stop, I'm 13, I'm not ready for this. Oh my effing God, please stop." Toward the end of 2020, fans say she told him she wanted to have a child together. The two reached an agreement that he would impregnate her in exchange for her silence about his criminal conduct, according to the indictment. But when he got her pregnant in December 2020, he apparently wasn't happy about it. Okay, let's stop real quick. So we have an adult man who, this is not new also, guys. This stuff happened all the time with these pervs who personal fantasy interests lies with younger kids. That whole text message is absolutely grotesque to read and to say, even on my camera, to say that he was telling her, like, I'm 13, like, you want her to act even younger. Let's talk about that, y'all. This is so creepy, because that's lying. Him telling her asking her, he's pinning her down. He wanted her to tell him, I'm 13, please stop. Right there. He saw her when she was 12. That just tells you that he wanted to do this so long, like before then. And it's creepy that how can dudes have this, how can adults have that fetish? It's a disgusting fetish. It's not a fetish. It's illegal. It's absolutely dirty, disgusting, just sick, cruel fantasies that should not be in your mind. What goes through people's heads? The fact that he was actually having these thoughts to this kid, and then he became abusive, tracking her. Like, oh my God, you're getting obsessed with a child. Now, I don't know if I fully believe the story about her wanting a baby with him. If that's true, that can only be because it has happened. That could only be because he was abusive and forcing her to do stuff. So he was probably saying, oh, I want to be with you forever, talking to her. She probably never had a boyfriend, never been kissed, and this was the first one. Unfortunately, could have been. I'm just saying a theory, y'all, about that. That, you have these men and women who do these to kids and act like what they doing is right to the child, and that they can only marry them. Like, that's what they see. If we had a child together, everything would be okay. That's what I feel like that's what this is going on. Because I just don't know if I believe, like, I don't think she would, I don't know her, but I don't think she would have said, can we have a baby together? Why would she be thinking about a baby when you're abusing her, raping her? I feel like if it was to silence her, if that happened, it's like some Stockholm stuff going on there, you know, Stockholm syndrome, her not being able to leave, him abusing her and tracking her every moment. And then you know he can because he's a cop. So you see a cop car down the street and thinking it's him. That's kind of scary. So a lot of him throwing his weight around and his power around with this one, y'all. Then, in January 2021, Farwell reportedly received the word that a tipster had told an employee with Stoughton Police about his illicit activities with Birchmore when she was a minor. He also learned Birchmore had told a friend about the statutory rape, the feds say. Prosecutors alleged that on January 2024, Farwell began to take important steps toward killing her, which included requesting and receiving a key to her apartment, plus looking around the home for places to kill her. He inspected her bathroom and closet, places where items could be hung. His behavior was strange enough that Birchmore told multiple friends that she was concerned, the memo said. On February 1st, 2021, Farwell decided to act. For him, that day provided at least two advantages. A blizzard was approaching Great Boston, ensuring that no one would notice Birchmore's absence from work for several days, and Farwell's wife was hours away from delivering their third child. Farwell allegedly texted Birchmore that he was on his way to her apartment and showed her wearing a face mask to conceal his identity. He then strangled her and staged her apartment to make it appear Birchmore had committed suicide, prosecutors said. He put her in a seated position and put a strap around her neck and doorknob, according to the feds. Canton police officers found her body on February 4th while conducting a welfare check after she didn't show up for work. A Massachusetts State Police investigation and autopsy initially determined she died by hanging and ruled the manner of death as suicide. In subsequent days, he lied to MSP investigators and claimed he started having sex with Birchmore in 2020 when she was an adult, prosecutors said. He allegedly claimed he hadn't had sex with her in over a year, so it would seem he was not the father of the child. The state hired a second medical examiner who found inconsistencies with the suicide conclusion and believes someone had strangled her, according to the indictment. Feds also reportedly uncovered text messages and implicating Google searches he tried to delete. Stoughton police began an internal investigation into Farwell's following the murder and put him on leave. He resigned in April 2022. In a statement, Stoughton Police Chief Donna McNamara called Birchmore's death a horrific injustice. The allegations against the suspect, a former Stoughton police officer, represent the single worst act of not just professional misconduct, but indeed human indecency that I have observed in a nearly 3-decade career in law enforcement, she said. Feds arrested Farwell Wednesday on a charge of killing a witness or victim. He faces life in prison if convicted. This one is so just all over the place. There was so much going on with this crime itself. He tried to make it seem like it was suicide. He was hiding abuse. He was abusing her, first of all. He was raping this girl. He tried to lie and say they were hooking up when she was of age, which is 18, when it's no, she already told everybody. And more people would believe the victim rather than the suspect, I'm pretty sure. It's crazy. This man was married and was during this murder, because she was dead for 3 days. They found her body on the 4th. He killed her on the 1st. His wife was giving birth to their third baby. That is so crazy. I'm talking about just also disgusting how you could do this and you have a whole wife and family and you're going back and forth. I don't know how he kept it up. It's the fact that he preyed on this girl when she was a minor, she was a minor the whole time, but he preyed on her while she was wanted to become a police officer. They have pictures together with them with the picture with the police officer. It's just creepy when you look at it. It's this disgusting pervert. He really deserves death. I don't know. This it's too premeditated. It's too planned. I don't know if I believe the thing about the baby. I just think he raped her and she got pregnant. I believe that. I believe he made that little girl probably think he was in love with her. and she wouldn't know no better. You got this grown man who is in law, police, probably saying everything he's doing is right. It's like you have this man who just have power, and he's making it seem like he has power over her. And why is he? I'm still on. Why was he tracking this like teenager's phone? So creepy. You have a whole wife and kids, sir. Just disgusting. Life in prison is not enough. Like, get him out of here. It should be worse because he's a cop. Get him out of here. Y'all, this one was crazy. I think I said everything I needed to when, like, up in there because I was pausing there talking. And it's just sick and it's sad for her. Like, and then tried to stage it as a suicide. So he raped her for years. And the story is that she wanted a baby. I don't believe that. I really don't believe that she wanted a baby by him. But she probably didn't even know what none of that meant. I don't know. I just think he raped her and she got pregnant. And I do believe that's his baby. My personal thoughts about this, I believe he was the only one she was sleeping with. That's what I believe, because I don't think she could get away. I don't think she could have left. He was like really like looking for her, and that's why she told people. You know, that's the awareness part, guys, of being, aware of what's going on. But you can't leave. You know you can't leave. Tell people for your safety. You just never know. And thankfully, somebody went to the police with that, and that's what tipped them off. Now, he got away with this for a while. We didn't talk about that. This man got away with this for years. How is that possible? Dude, kids not writing diaries no more? I used to have a diary. Like, kids write everything in their diaries. I'm surprised nobody, like, she wasn't writing about this. I'm really, like, that's really interesting because, like, nobody, but when I was growing up, I feel old saying that about it. We all wrote in diaries, and you'll tell everything in your diary. It's like your best friend. But, yeah. Anyways, this one it was so much going on in this one, y'all, and that's why I wanted to talk about it. He was just charged, like, last month, the 28th, on Wednesday. Crazy. So, on that note, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Guys, I really want to put this as an example. I think I'm going to save this on one of the examples I'm doing on one of my podcast episodes, because it's a perfect example of when law enforcement, like, use their power to, like, attack. That's perfect, because, and I don't think that's the one I'm doing Sunday, but I'm going to see. I'm still playing this stuff, y'all. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Stay safe, stay aware, stay alert. You have to. You never know what's going on. And it's worse for kids because they don't understand. They don't know. You have these people these adults who are supposed to be helping you, and they're also taking advantage of you. And they're slowly doing it. She was groomed for years. They slowly did this. And who knows? He could have been attacking her while she was 13, while he had that sick fantasy of her saying, "I'm 13, please don't." That's absolutely filthy. This is a disgusting pig of a man, and he deserves to rot in prison forever. Ill. And he's going to get taken advantage of in there too, so that's that good side. Just absolutely sick. So on that note, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Road to 900. Go check out my podcast. We have so much to cover on this channel, y'all. It's like we're going to be going all over the world with these news. Just like, it's crazy. I am going to be getting into international crime soon too. So I will let you guys go. Bye. Stay safe.